Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stinchfield. So the House Oversight Committee, run by Republicans, has concluded its investigation into Joe Biden's Autopen, or should we call it Joe Biden's staff's Autopen. Their conclusion now is that nearly all of the executive orders, pardons, anything, directives signed by this Autopen could most possibly be invalid. Certainly, there are a lot of orders that are. The report calls this the biggest scandal of our time. They say that Biden's inner circle literally sought to deceive the public, stealing presidential authority from Joe Biden himself. This is the height of aggression against a nation. To me, it amounts to a coup. This is James Comer, who runs oversight.
There's emails from the Biden Department of Justice, the Merrick Garland Department of Justice, to the Biden inner circle saying, you need to be careful using the Autopen so much on legal documents. And then there are other emails. Was the president even aware that this particular person was pardoned? And I mean, so his own Department of Justice is concerned.
Remember, it goes back to the story that Speaker Johnson told about Joe Biden not even knowing that he put a moratorium on liquid natural gas exports. Joe Biden didn't know what was going on. Now, in this report raises some very serious allegations, including that Joe Biden's staff may have illegally acted in their quest to have the Autopen sign these orders with Joe Biden's signature on them, saying that this is illegal. If it's illegal, that makes it criminal. This ought to be referred to for prosecution. And I will say this. They also found many cases where there was no documentation at all to back up what was being signed, and did the president, Joe Biden, approve of that? Here's Speaker Johnson.
This is an unprecedented situation in American politics and government. The actions of President Biden simply were not all his own actions, and there are major implications to that, including all the pardons that he signed.
Yeah, pardons that should be, in my opinion, null and void. So this raises the question, will there be accountability for this? Will there be accountability from those inside the White House that had access to the Autopen, that clearly abused that access to the Autopen? They hijacked America, for crying out loud. This is no higher power in government than the president's signature. And again, they hijacked that too. Here's one more from James Comer.
I know there's a lot of people frustrated that no one's been arrested yet or anything else. Well, a lot of them were granted pardons. Well, now, with our investigation, the pardons, if the Department of Justice does what we've recommended, the pardons will be declared null and void. So there's nothing stopping the Department of Justice from going after the deep state.
Well, wouldn't that be great if these pardons are null and void, and what a fight you're going to get in court. But I am sure any court would side with the fact that if the president did not know what the Autopen was signing, that it should be null and void. And quite frankly, I think the Autopen should be outlawed except for signing happy birthday cards to people who write letters to the White House.